Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our video of new planetary conjunction. So today we're going to be starting the cycle of the moon. We finished our sun with 4 planetary conjunction. And I know many of you were asking, well, how come you're not adding Uranus, Neptune, Pluto conjunction in this mix? Because, very simple answer, not because they do not work, is because I don't know what they mean. I can only talk about things that I have learned, things that I've dealt with. I can only talk about that. I have, as much as they're very important and they can make your predictions extremely beautiful, the thing is I just started to learn about them like 2-3 years back, and I still cannot figure out, honestly, what are they doing in the horoscope? I can, like you know what it is? Astrology is so beautiful that certain brains can see certain things. Certain brains cannot see certain things. The way your brain calculates things, like some people just do not like the normal astrology. Some people just are brilliant with Kapiel Astrology, the Krishnamurti Paddhati. They just get it. Some people don't get Kapiel or Parashar. Some people get Jaimini. And where I fit, I fix in a mix of Jaimini, Parashara and Pai Paddhati. And especially nakshatra, that's where I fit in. So in this, I still have not realized what these 3 outer planets are doing. And I have been wrong, big time, trying to assess something with Pluto, Uranus, Neptune. If I didn't add that, I would not have said that thing that's made me say something wrong. You see, so I'm so new to this that maybe in 10 years, I may start adding that. That's what I feel, okay? So anyway, today we're going to be starting our conjunction of Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. So we're going to start talking about these 4 planets. So Moon becomes now the starting point of this chronological order. And you have to always remember with Moon conjunction, the mind is always getting affected by these other things. See, Moon has some say into things, but most of the time Moon, which represents our emotional self, emotional reception towards what's happening in the world, it gets influenced a lot more than it influencing something else, okay? So like Moon affects the tides on Earth. So Moon will affect our emotion because it's conjunct these 3 planets, or whatever planets it's conjunct. That's how it's affecting. That's how Moon brings its effect into play. It says, okay, you guys are with me, and my power is to control the mind. My power is to give information to the mind. So I'm going to give this information to the mind. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And as always, if you do not know if your Moon is here, if it's conjunct these planets, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, for that check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books and consultation and nakshatra readings, all of it at this link. So let's get started with our Moon conjunctions. So as you know, Moon represents the mind, mother, comfort, happiness. It represents even things that make us comfortable in terms of fixed assets, whether it's a vehicle, whether it's a car, because Moon originally controls the 4th house of these things. You have Mercury, which represents intellect, not intelligence, intellect, our ability to discriminate things, our ability to choose things, our ability to see, okay, I like this, I don't like this, this is wrong, this is right. It's our analytical intelligence, it's our communication. Then you have Venus, which represents vehicles, luxury, love, relationships, marriage, spouse in general, for both men and women. And then you have Mars, which represents passion, energy, desire. It's our anger, it's our war mentality, it's athleticism, it's energy. So you have all these 4 planets now coming in this house, or are coming in conjunction. And this is going to be a very bottom line meaning. This is not something that is going to be really directly to your conjunction if you have this, because we don't know what sign or nakshatra they're placed in, what house they're placed in, which planet is becoming stronger. Maybe Moon becomes the strongest planet in this. Maybe Venus becomes the strongest planet. Maybe Mars is becoming the strongest planet. So whichever planet is the strongest in your chart will overpower this. How do you determine which planet is the strongest? Look at the sign placement. If a planet is becoming exalted, in its own sign, Mool Trikon. If especially planets has the lowest degree, it'll hold a very strong say in the conjunction. So naturally, first of all, especially I've seen whenever it comes to education, a person will always pick a field related to either environmental science, music, and writing. They're very passionately, very creative. Their mind works on a level of enthusiasm. Their mind always works on a level of creativity, artistry. Like for them, everything becomes a fun game. Everything becomes a game of, just passion. Just putting themselves out there for everything. Like these people will love sports. These people will love, games, mind games, chess, any kind of like a board game. These people are always passionate about wanting to be in a relationship in a very passionate way. And for them, communication along with passion and love is equally important. For some people are like, okay, as long as I just get, sexual desire met, I'm okay. Some people are like, okay, as long as I just get that intellectual level with my partner, I'm good. For them, and for some people, as long as I am physically active with my partner, going and doing things, I'm good. But for them, all three of these things have to be there for the mind to connect with somebody in front of them. And usually the mind is greatly affected by siblings, by aunts and uncles, and whomever comes in their life, in relationship, they get very easily influenced. And especially if this conjunction occurs in a movable sign, you will be influenced greatly. If it's in a fixed sign, it'll be harder for you to get influenced by such people, because your mind is fixed. You're like, okay, you're coming in, I love it. Okay, if I don't like what you're saying, I will not going to do it. But in a movable sign, this conjunction will be like, you know what, let's try what you're saying. So let's say if a person dates somebody of a different background, a Caucasian person dates a Hindu, and this Caucasian person has a movable conjunction, but they don't know nothing about Hinduism, they don't really care for it. But because this person came in and start talking about certain things, like, you know what, okay, we'll try. Well, let's go to a Janmashtami celebration in your temple. I want to see what it's all about. Let's talk. Let's see. If it occurs in a fixed sign, they'll be like, yeah, I like that, but I don't really care for that. I'm good with what I know. I don't know, I don't know if we're going to work out or not, but I'll try. If I don't like it, don't blame me. That's how they are. If I don't like it, don't blame me. And if they go, I don't like it, they're like, I'm sorry, I'm not into this. If it's a dual sign conjunction happening in a dual sign, they are okay to go either way. They don't really care. They're like, yeah, I'll go to your temple. It's not going to affect me or anything. Not really changing. Fine, whatever. Because it's a dual sign. It's a sign in dual sign. Dual sign occurs when seasons are changing, when things are in transition, when things are neither here, neither there. Movable, we know it's movable. It's going to move. It's going to change. It's going to pick something new. So a Christian person dating a Hindu person may be like, okay, you know what, I like Hinduism. Or the Hindu person will be like, you know what, I actually resonate more with Bible and the Christ. Let me just follow this. That's how this conjunction really works and affects the mind. But this is like the bottom level, this is where things can go either this way, depending upon the house and conjunction. But this is a particular, conjunction that really is all about using your creative energy towards the house that this conjunction is placed in. And most definitely, because remember, Mars is friends with Moon, enemies to Mercury, and neutral to Venus. So naturally what happens is this person, what they think within the mind they don't really speak it. They speak something else. If they like you, they will still be very harsh in their language. Not all the time, but because Mars is enemy of the communicative planet Mercury, it doesn't like to deal with a lot of communication. But mind is able to be energized with thoughts and ideas and creativity. But when it comes to communication, such people can be very direct because they just don't know how to control that tongue. They may say some curse words to you, even though they within them they're feeling like, I like this person, I like you. But they just say, because you said something, they'll just say something without thinking. So if let's say your boyfriend, girlfriend has this, maybe give them a second chance and ask them, did you really mean to say this to me? Because I know you mean what you say, but are you really saying this to me? Because that was kind of rude. Then they'll be like, no. I didn't really mean it that way. I just said it because of this, and this. So that's what happens with Mercury and Mars, especially here. The passion comes out with harsh language. Okay? So guys, this was my analysis of Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars conjunction. If you're new in my channel, subscribe below. Again, if you want to know where your conjunction is placed, all the other astrological details, for that check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.